Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. I felt like changing my intro music. Something a little bit more high-paced. Let us get started, shall we? Violence is abound. As it should be. We're on Team Liquid. There we go. Alrighty then. Right. So, I'm not playing Protoss, I'm playing Terran. I'm still dabbling in Protoss with the AI, but I have a feeling that it's probably a bad idea to switch. Those of you who don't know, I actually ended up playing a show match. Yes, if you can believe that. Show match against G4's Leia Jackson for charity. And I played Terran there, and it was kind of alright. Funnily enough, I can actually focus when I'm not speaking, but whatever. You guys watch for the commentary and the play, so I ought to keep speaking regardless. It's distracting, but I'll do the best that I can. Macro was a lot better in those show matches. Much better than it usually is, so my usual frustrations kind of evaporated at that point. So, it might be worthwhile. Okay, I'll be checking the chat after this game to see if there are any problems with the stream. So, don't send me any messages in the meantime. As you can see, I am set to busy. Okay, here we go. Now, I still have Ace Combat music on this list, by the way. But I've also thrown some Frank Klepacki in it for good measure, as well as some Phoenix Wright Orchestral, and I believe Jazz Works somewhere. If I haven't, I can add those in between. I'm almost certain I put them in there, and if I didn't, then I'm doing something horribly wrong. Jazz makes everybody play better, folks. It does. It's just an absolute, solid, God-honest truth. But I do kind of like me metal as well, and Frank Klepacki is absolutely stellar. If you don't know who he is, well, you're doing it wrong. Let's try actually building an SCV as opposed to doing nothing else. There we go. No, don't do that. Finish the SCV. Don't go back. Ugh. I'm now picking up bad habits from frickin' Protoss. This is why I probably shouldn't be dabbling in between races. I should be just focusing on one, because holy Christ. It's a little unpleasant like that. Okay. Here you go. Get things sorted out. Go with some fairly standard pressure here. There we go. If we get lucky, we might be able to deny a scout. He hasn't gone for it just yet. Okay, so one gas, gateway, and a pylon. Nothing out of the ordinary. Unless he's managed to sneak something in there. He's not getting there. If we can get 2 Marines out, we can deny a scout. 1 Marine is not enough. Well, looks like he's going to get a scout anyway. Never mind. Not really a huge deal. Kind of irritating, but still. Again, not really a huge deal. There we go. Hey! And he actually got himself killed by me. That was not a smart thing to do at all. Right. Well, that's a free probe. Gives me a nice little starter advantage. Tech Lab coming down a little bit late, I feel. That's because I'm about to get supply blocks, then I forgot to build a supply depot. That would explain why I have so much money. Not an amazing start. It's not going to hold me up too much, considering I'm about to spend on Stim and then go into Marauder. So it's not too bad, but it did hold up my SCV production. So it's not the best thing in the world. It's something you should try and avoid. An easy mistake to make, but still. No excuse. Okay, he's probably got a Stalker out by now, but I may be able to sack an SCV in order to find out what's in his base. Now, I've created a little wall-off right here. I started building a very compact base initially. That should prevent any kind of harassment into the mineral line. Not so relevant versus Protoss. Very useful against Zerg. But still, it's kind of nice to have, and I don't see any real problem with it. Let's get another Marauder out. Oh, that's interesting. He's not denying it. That is a 4-gate, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Right, so we need to be looking to aggressively deny any kind of aggression coming in. And we also need to not get supply block. That's usually a useful talent to have. Okay, and we'll be looking to get some bunker play up. Okay, so we can kill off that probe. Want to make sure we've got something here just so we can keep an eye on things. A couple of SCVs down there. bunker down there. And a bunker down there. Okay. That should hold me solid against any kind of 4-gateway play initially. Assuming he's going for the 4-gate. He has 4 gates down, so that indicates an aggressive play. Doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to do that. I really need to keep these supply depots going, so otherwise I'm going to get supply blocked over and over again, which is not going to be helpful to our cause, is it? No, 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 no. Okay. So I do have an early warning system there. I do want to go scout again. I really need to deal with the supply situation. Come on. Keep it going, keep it going. Okay, so I have a defense if need be. Okay, here comes the push. Do I have stim yet? Probably not. Alright, get these squishier units inside. Okay, so we're just going to hold this aggression. We might need a few SCVs on the line for repair purposes. There we go. Put the Marines in there. Keep the supply situation sorted out. Okay, so we do have stim and conch shell. So any kind of aggression now should be thwartable. Get another supply depot down. Just want to try and keep ahead of all of this. Right. He could still be going for some kind of blink stalker play on 4 gates. Having a look-see. That's actually a 5-gate. That is very aggressive. Okay. Well, holding that is going to be tricky, but not impossible. In the meantime, looking to get maybe an engineering bay down. Okay, well, that's the initial attack repulse. We'll get the repairs on that. Good stuff. Wait for the second wave to come in, which it invariably will. Unless he's decided to pull back at that point, which is kind of silly. Okay, got more units out. Can't really push out just yet. If it's 5 gateway pressure, he'll have more units than I do. As far as I know, he hasn't expanded. You wouldn't build 5 gates and then do that, but admittedly, I actually have an opportunity to scout because I have a Marine out of the way, so he can't contain me there. Something to consider. Once I get my engineering bay down, I can work on the +1, and then I can look to expand. If he has decided not to go for me now, then that's kind of awesome news for me. Pick up the second gas and look to try and tech. That would be my thoughts at any rate. And obviously look to expand. He has not expanded. So this is some kind of one base all in. I'm not entirely sure what his grand plan is. Now, he shouldn't have any defenses in his base here, so I should be able to get a free run of it, because he's spawning everything at the front. I'm very interested to know where his proxy pylon is. Let's go and have a look. There we go, nice free run of the... Ooh, he's transitioning into a Stargate. That's interesting. Okay. Right, that's something I've got to be ready for. Get 1, 2, 3 missile turrets down. That should assist. 5 gateway Stargate. This is not what I'm used to. We're going to get the +1, then we'll push out and destroy him. I don't think he has a huge number of units. Doesn't look like he has, and he hasn't expanded either. 5 gate and Stargate on one base is interesting. And I might even have the units to destroy him here. I've got that, but I'll wait for the +1 just to make sure. I need to keep working on this as well. There we go. Okay, let's start the expansion. Anyway, I can fit it at the back? No. Get a turret down there.
Additional supply depots required.
Okay, we're looking for +1. And we've got a force of 31. That's fairly considerable.
Not enough balloons.
Okay. Right, there we go. +1 is ready. Let's do some damage. Get a good concave. Okay, I think we're outnumbered. Pull back. Oh man. You're gonna have to stand and fight there, I'm afraid. Okay. That could have gone better. I did substantial damage to him, but he also did substantial damage to me too, so... And the bunkers aren't holding either. Not so good. Well, that could have gone better. I think I've lost to that 5-gate, 1-base, all-in... Oh, offensive GG. How very adorable. Won't stoop to his level. What the hell was that anyway? Unless he had some secret expansion somewhere. Just some weird ass all-in, I think. Let's have a look. Should have probably expanded earlier. I didn't have enough units at the end of the day. Let's go and have a look. You did all that on one base, and that's kind of annoying with a single Void Raid, isn't it? Alright, let's keep an eye on things. Yeah, so it was 5-gate. Still one base at this point. But 2 bunkers down when I saw the 4-gate coming. See the first initial aggressive force coming across. Proxy pylon going down. And then he went Stargate, so yeah, it was some weird ass all-in. Now the supply count is looking like... So I'm ahead on army supply. I'm ahead on upgrades, and yet I still lose. Why is that? That doesn't make any sense. I suppose was it the Void Ray or what? I mean, I was ahead on supply. I was ahead on upgrades. I had a defensive position. Maybe I just shouldn't have moved out on that initial attack. Maybe I should have just fought him at the ramp, or maybe it was the Void Ray. That's actually really weird. I don't honestly know. Got people suggesting I focus sentries. I already did that, so it's irrelevant. People suggesting I drop ships and attack from 2 fronts. Well, that's dumb. Because if you take your drop ships and then you take your units away from your base, you can't defend when the attack comes. It's a 5-gate. You can't just go and drop him. Yeah, I think moving out was the reason. Almost certain, in fact. Yeah, that's weird play. Okay. Lol. Well, I can't proxy BC this guy, can I? Oh, yeah, he saw the Day 9 episode. I have a feeling he's not thinking of the same guy, though. God, that was late. I shouldn't have even typed that. Am I going to get supply blocked here? No, I'm alright. I'm okay. Yes, I'm not Naniwa, just FYI. It's a name in honor of Naniwa, nothing else. Naniwa doesn't use that account anymore anyway. Okay, so... Actually, indeed bitches do not know about Crouching Tiger Hidden Battlecruiser. So we could go for that. That was a nice early scout from him. Gonna have a look-see in his area. Delta Quadrant. Not one of my favourite maps. Okay. There we go. It's not one of my worst maps either. It's not a vetoed one. I mean, I vetoed Tal'Darim. Can I block him in there? I think maybe I can, actually. No, yeah, don't mind, he's off. It's irrelevant. Okay. Get the Marine out. No, don't queue that, go straight to that. There we go. Okay, so we have scouted him, we know where he is. Useful! Don't send them over there, good lord. Okay. Just play a straight up macro game if I liked, instead of going for the cheesy approach. Possibility. We'll go for the early factory. So I've got a really safe expansion at the back. That's kind of neat. I could go for a more macro orientated style. Nothing really stopping me from doing that. Except for the fact that I'm going to supply block myself. There you go. Okay, so didn't really gain any particularly useful information there, and I conceded an SCV, so not ideal. Also got control of the mid. We need to start making our way through these rocks and expand quite early on. Keep the information coming. Alright, so I can get a Marauder in there, start doing some damage to that. Would be good to know what he's doing. Might scan the next one to see if he's going to go for any kind of aggressive play, because that's going to affect how I go. I'll probably open up with some Banshees, do a little bit of harassment, try and gain the economic upper hand. Okay, so he just scanned. I'm going to put my starport down here out of the way. And he didn't see me attacking that, I don't think, because I'm fairly sure of that scan range. Okay, he's going for some kind of Banshee play. We can shut that down quite easily. So instead I'm actually going to build Vikings. Try and gain some air superiority. Get an initial Hellion out. Shouldn't be too big a deal. So we can get a turret down for detection, get a Viking out, and everything should be grand. Have a turret in the back. Get a Viking out. If he goes for some kind of drop play, then we can shoot it down. I have a lot of gas. A lot of gas. It's going to get synced into something soon enough. Okay, get the Viking in there. That's not a Viking, that's actually a Hellion. Okay, now I need to be looking to expand. If he's investing so much in a Banshee, which it looks like he is. Oh, he was... No, he's got... Yep, that's a Banshee, definitely. And that's Cloak researching as well. Okay. Fine. Make sure we put a turret at either. Okay, his Banshee route will be somewhere between there and there, so... See if we can force his Cloak early, that would be nice. I have tons of gas. Lord. So that should be his Banshee routes. Get a second Viking out. Nothing necessarily wrong with that. Take the factory down. Get Tech Lab down on that one. Start getting things going. Okay, turret at the back, turret at the back. Turret in the middle as well. And we should have good coverage if he goes in with the Banshees, which is looking extremely likely that he will. I'm hoping that I'm right on that one. Okay, keep building units, keep building supply depots. A bunker at the front would probably be helpful. Okay, there's the second Viking out. I'll have medevac harassment instead. Okay, siege tank tech needs to get started. We'll start securing these areas and taking a few bases. Okay, good enough for the first tank, and supply is good. Get another one down right there. Okay, so he hasn't gone for any kind of Banshee play yet. That's interesting, so either he's waiting for a lot of them, or that was a fake. Let's check his expo. Oh, hi! Okay, cool, I just forced a Cloak. That's good. Should be able to see him moving. Assuming he decides to. Right, let's just save one. Okay, so that was an initial investment that probably won't help them all that much. Fairly happy about that. Okay, let's get a siege tank deployed over here.
Complete.
Right, 2 tanks. There we go. It's good, it's good.
Research complete.
Still have absolutely no idea where he is, if at all. We're going to set these Vikings on patrol for the time being.
Ready for dust off.
Okay. Right, so we have some initial drop harassment capability,
Complete.
which we're going to do. In the meantime, we're going to get more tanks out. Make sure we're securing this area.
Talk to me.
Okay. Get going. We're going to drop in the back right there. Okay. Yep, happy with how this is going thus far. Why is this bound to a freaking barracks? Good lord. Like, huh, they can't handle this command. Why is that? Oh, right. Well, that would explain it, I guess. Okay, let's drop squad. More tanks. Right, so he hasn't taken that base yet. So, oh, that's a missile turret. Let's be careful. That's a Viking. Okay, so I'm kind of boned in every respect, really. Well, that was lousy. He's built everything. That's pretty awesome. And oh god damn it! Out of range. Come on, really? Get Vikings in there for God's sake. Seriously. All right. Okay, good number of tanks. Let's get another expansion going. Well, I managed to miss with both of those mules, which actually is an incredibly impressive thing to do. There we go. Get this sorted out. If we finish that off, that would be brilliant. Okay, supply blocking is going to be a problem in a minute, so let's kind of deal with that. More tanks. Right, so that initial harassment was shut down quite nicely. We need more Vikings. Gain air superiority. Right, so we need to know what he's got before we do anything else. I'll know as soon as I have scan energy, at least. Tanks on the way. It's good. We need to get the stim. It's going to be fairly hard to break. Unless it goes in with some air, in which case I am in serious trouble. So that's something to consider. Okay, we should have... No, we still don't have scan energy. Wonderful. Come on, give me scan energy. There we go. Right, what is he building? What's his army? It's a bit of everything by the looks of it. And he is trying to out-macro me at the moment. Right, I have tons of money. Macro needs to be done, so... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. Look into +1 vehicle. That's going to be a planetary fortress. We need more tanks. We need more air cover. Then we can start doing some damage, because I don't think his air cover is particularly crazy. Definitely do with another missile turret down right there. Well, that's a lot of dead banshees. I think we start mixing some Thors in. Right, once these barracks are up, we can really start working on the whole marine tank composition. Reactors on all of those, there we go.
Unacceptable landing zone.
Okay, let's redeploy right here. More Vikings. Start sending units over here. I'll send this tank to start breaking that down. There we go. It's a fairly interesting little lineup, I think. More Thors in there.
Add-on complete.
You can also build SCVs too, you know. I know you're Planetary Fortress and you're a big, tough, stompy thing, but it's okay.
Additional
You can build.
supply depots required.
You're allowed.
Additional supply depots required. Additional supply depots required.
Okay. Let's go and have a look-see over there.
Upgrade complete.
Random SCVs sort of being sent down for scouting purposes.
Additional supply
Oh god,
depots
right.
required.
Come on, need to spend money.
Additional supply depots required. Additional supply depots required.
Well, I guess he doesn't need his SCVs, which is actually kind of worrying. Let's see if he's taking his 4th.
Additional supply depots required. Additional supply depots required.
I don't wonder if he's doing this on purpose. It's kind of curious, I would say. Right, so he's not taking his 4th yet. Okay, so I have a large force, primarily consisting of Marine tank, and a lot of Vikings. Okay. So I have the Viking superiority. I have reasonable numbers. Probably a good chance to start laying some siege, I think. Hold these back. Okay, yeah, we have Viking superiority very easily. We're about to march into a wall of pain. Let's not do that. Okay, I have reach here, I think. No, I don't. Let's back off just a little bit. Okay, more Marines required. More Thors required to be line breakers here. More Vikings certainly wouldn't go amiss. Don't walk into the tank line! Lord. Hold your damn position. Okay. Supply depots are a problem. We're building there, yes. Space. Now what? So my tank line's seriously taking shelling from there. Okay, come on. I need more units for the meat grinder. Well, we have all of these guys. That might help. Okay, so he has a fairly solid defensive position there. It cannot be bypassed without drops. I'm not entirely sure why I'm going this direction. Thors are kind of good for breaking siege lines, but with that many, no. I think I just threw away a bunch of units for no reason, so that wasn't good. That was complete miss micro. Speaking of miss micro, that was done too.
Mineral field depleted.
And they've just completely flanked me, as you would expect them to. Because, you know, they have common freaking sense. Well, that's my base completely destroyed. And my Thors were able to break the siege line. Okay, time to at least push forward just a little bit. Please kill a tank. No, you didn't kill a tank. I have so much money, it's just not even funny. Come on. Even after losing that, I'm still fine. In fact, I'm more than fine to the point where I need to have more production down to actually deal with this. Don't build there. Which is rude. Okay, so I'll force them back in that direction. I got deployment there. And, oh my. Okay then. Okay, so he's going to charge into that. I really do need to gain control of that area. Either that or just build elsewhere. But he will insist on dumping tanks there, so... Well, start building some facilities to actually build something useful. I have no upgrades. It's definitely something that needs to be done. Let's get one there. Vehicle weapon level 2. Take that Vespine Geyser, take that Vespine Geyser. Lol, but this mule, it's like not doing a thing. Come on, get some actual units on the field. Infantry armor upgrades. Oh my, I just undeployed my tanks at completely the wrong time. My, that was kind of dumb. Okay. Right, I need to be rebuilding here now. Get this sorted out. Okay, there's some freebies. Not bad. Nice to have. At least I've gone starved in that regard. Okay, what's my marine count looking like? Probably not as good as it should be. Okay. Let's go and have a look at his fourth, see if he's done anything there. We're gonna redeploy and put another base somewhere. Why is my base not taking off? Oh, because it's already taken off. That would be why. Okay. There we go. That's on its way up, so that's fine. More Marines on the way. We got this little force right here, some SCVs in it, because hey, why not? So I think he's on 3 bases. Near as I can tell. So the Vikings in right there, more Marines. I feel if we could stim into that defensive line, we could smash it. Planetary Fortress is going to be a pain in the ass, but we did just kill most of their tanks, which is pretty cool. There we go, good shelling coming in right there. I'm sure I was building 2 Thors as well. Yes, indeed I was. Okay, so I have 4 Thors that could march in this direction. I think if we drop a couple of Vikings down there. Thors to break that flank and then move in. Okay, should be able to melt this down. There we go, crack that. Soldier boy, and so forth. Okay, so we've done a good push through there. We've destroyed what, unless he's got some crazy-ass hidden mining base, what it would appear to be his only mining base. Okay, get the rest of this stuff fixed, please. Let's get some more Vikings in the air. Let's go and have a look and see what's in there. Let's not take unnecessary shelling. Deploy there. More units. I have so much gas, it's just absolutely absurd.
Mineral field depleted.
Lol. Well, a bunker is going to go down, so... No, I kind of wish my SCVs had not done that, actually. Of all the things that I didn't want my SCVs to do, that's kind of high on the list. Okay. There we go. I've also really been doing nothing with this at all. Right, well, mineral field just depleted there, so you can go mine on the gold. There we go. Gonna add reactors to everywhere that's relevant. Okay, it's about time just to crack his base, really. Smash the siege tanks apart. Or I could just lose everything I have. That works too, because he's got a lot of siege tanks there. Can I redeploy in the meantime in a place that makes sense? Probably not. Probably going to take fairly horrendous shelling in the process. So scan on there. Okay, good shelling there. Cool. So we can melt all of that. Lay siege to the front. Let more units on the way. Tanks. And more Vikings. So he's being starved here. Check other expansion positions. Okay, so he has an expansion. We'll soon see that changes. It's a planetary fortress, unfortunately, so might need a little more firepower than what I've got here. Okay, in the meantime, engineering bays and upgrades, upgrades, upgrades. I have so much gas, it needs to be spent. Level 3 on that. We can expand over to the side right here, because hey, why not? Okay, he's going to try and break the siege line, which I'm not going to let him do under any circumstances. There we go. GG. There we go. Right. Well, that's an example of trying to starve your opponent out. Seemed to work pretty well. A few more drops would have helped, I think. Would have done some decent damage. Okay. Everyone's a critic. I think we're well aware that game could have ended earlier. There's no real point because I can't read the chat. It scrolls too fast anyway, even with slow mode on. Right, next matchup will be a Zerg player. Let's just do so. Brute force macro approach right there. Like, hey, I have more money and dudes than you do, so you lose. GG. He could have probably dropped me. To be fair, I had enough Vikings to deny it, but they were completely out of position. Thing is, he didn't know that. I could have dropped him, certainly. But I'm alright with starving him on 3 bases while I have 6. That's fine. It's not really a big deal. It's more a case of, well, if he's just going to throw himself up against a wall of tanks plus 3 weapon upgrade, then he's probably going to receive everything he deserves. Okay. Wall off against the Zerg player. Right, okay. Anti-Zerg strats. Well, there's a whole bunch of them. Some Hellion harassment early on would probably not go amiss.